I help companies to be more productive, more effective, and more profitable into their business. We have this challenge right now. 40,000 business has been shut down. Our business are going down. We're losing our revenue. I'll be sharing with you some specific research I have done in Vietnam about learning and development and the workforce and HR. So you can use that one to build your next strategy and turn it around for one thing so you can have a better business growth for your company. Thank you. In the business, we have leaders. And we often call the leaders are like lions. So, all right, yeah. So business, the leaders are like lions. And there is like almost 300 lions here, right? Because they're all leaders. So let's see, and the leaders or lions always have their roars, right? So let's see, how big is the roar is that? Good morning. Good morning. Come on, where is the lions? Good morning. Good morning. That sounds like a better lion, bigger lions here right now. All right? So we're in quarter 4, 2023. Where are you right now? When some very interesting insights coming out. According to Vietnam News, right now, 40,000 business has been shut down, which is 20x compared to last year. In Ho Chi Minh City, 83% business are in difficult situation. And there's another 143,000 business already been shut down since 2022. And that's where the leadership's coming into play, right? So now we're in a space like everything is going down. 100 million business become $10 million, $10 million business become $1 million, and $1 million business going out of the business. So we got some job to do here for our lives. So in this keynote, I'll be sharing with you some specific research I have done in Vietnam about learning and development and the workforce and HR. I'll be sharing with you so you can use that one to build your next strategy. And not only that, I'll be sharing with you a specific framework and I'll show you how to apply for your own business so you can apply for your business and turn it around for one thing so you can have a better business growth for your company. And not only that, in the end of my keynotes, I will also share with you a few other resources too, which you can also tap in as well too through your transformation journey. All right, so this is what I do. I help companies to be more productive, more effective, and more profitable into their business. And now, you may ask that it's actually reversed again. How do we go from 1 million to 10 million, 10 million to 100 million, 100 million to a billion? That's what I like to do. So now you may ask that how do I get that skill set? So I've grown up watching these two legends. In my generation, there was like a top legends, Steve Jobs and Bezos, and they always talk about you gotta find your career, you gotta find your passion, and you gotta find your calling. And those are the three things helping to find out to get that skill sets. So which I will share with you very quickly right now, so you can also use the same blueprint for yourself as well too, or your next generation. So I'm in Vietnam for 12 years. I came in Vietnam in 2011, and then my first mission was at RMIT. I was the head of digital transformation, and then I became a CIO, and then I was the head of transformation for P&G, and then I moved to Airsoft, and then now I'm mostly focused on Singapore and Middle East big corporation and help them to transform them so they can create new digital twins, digital products to increase our revenue and also multiply their valuation as well too. That was my career. My passion, I was looking for passion. What would be my passion look like? So my passion was about, I realized I love doing research. I like to find why is it happening that way. And through the mission, first I thought that I was doing a research about software engineering. So I wanted to learn how to build software better, more effectively, how to apply it in a business more effectively as well too. And then I thought that I should go for a PhD because I have 11 publications on that one too. And then I go for a PhD and I realize this one, no, I want to do something different because all I do in my career is about technology. So I drop out of my PhD study, and there's a one thing really marked my mind. So that time I was working in RMIT, and I was in an RMIT alumni forum. And a lot of RMIT alumni was saying this one, my manager don't know how to lead me. My manager don't know how to inspire me. My CEO make all the decision, I have no decision maker. There's another speaker, just talk about it, right? So I said, why has been that problem? So since 2014, I start off the research, why companies are like, why the companies doesn't have a really good culture, reinforcement, right skill set mapping. So since 2014, I started, and now we turn into VSHR Pro Academy today. And so this is what I do right now. I have 3 boxes in my life, in my career, my interest, and giving back. So I'm here for my giving back too. So I trained almost 40,000 people in my career so far, and that is like 4%, because I have a life statement. By 2035, I want to train 1 million professionals. So it's 4% I have done, and I have 12 years to go, 94%, 96% to go. And that's exactly why I wake up every morning, and I am here to speak to you. All right, let's talk about the challenge. We have this challenge right now. Our business are going down. Our business in a cycle, which is we're losing our revenue. How do we turn that around? How can we turn this around? So moving forward, what I'm going to share with you, which is almost 3 days of workshops in 20 minutes. So stay with me, because I may go really fast. It's 3 days of workshop. I'm condensing for you in 20 minutes. So 6 years of research for 400 companies around Vietnam. Because everything I'm going to speak here right now is all about Vietnam, nothing outside Vietnam. Everything for Vietnam. So it's all about related to you. So 400 companies, we realize this one of the biggest things is about when you want to turn around the business, there are 2 things we have to focus about. What level we're in. Let's say, example, we're in a $10 to $100 million business revenue. Then our number 1 priority is people, number 2 is expertise, number 3 is the technology, and number 4 is the media. So every business has different priorities. So we can see this one in what level we're in, we have to define what priority we should work on. But we can see people and expertise is almost priority 1 and priority 2 at every levels. So after all those doing research, one thing is very clear is about business growth comes from scaling the executives and the market. So several speakers talk about Udemy and talk about different skill sets, how people are learning. Those are expanding the skill sets, which is like the surface level, but the core of the strategy is this 2. How do we scale our executives and the market? So normally a company does really good in terms of market. They open up a company in Ho Chi Minh City, they open it in Hanoi, they open it in Da Nang. That's called a market expansion, or go outside Vietnam to a new market. But how the company is scaling up their executives, how they're scaling it up. So that's the part I will be sharing with you right now. So for this one, we have done specific research about it. In this research, we put 35% of the company a multinational company, 20% are large corporation, 20% 500 to 1,000. I think there's many of you are in these 2 segments. And the last 15% is around 200 plus headcounts in startups. So these companies, when you're talking about expanding, scaling the executives, these are the 3 bottom they use. Number 1, the employees will learn from the jobs. Number 2, professional developments by themselves. And number 3 is a corporate or company training. So when you talk about this one, let's start with the first column, learning from the job. And when you talk about learning from the job, we have a famous framework developed years back, 10, 20, 70 rules. But is that really relevant? So we went around and talked to the business leaders about this. Before I talk about that inside, this framework was developed in the 1980s. Many of us was really a kid, or maybe some of us even didn't even born in yet. That old, that frameworks. So it was being developed in industrial age, and there are 3-4 other ages has been passed. And many of the companies are stuck on that framework too. So now what are the business leaders are talking about it right now? 85% business leaders are saying this one, repetition takes time, but the company requires change faster due to industry and business disruptions. I cannot wait for my employees to keep learning from the job of doing it over and over and over and trying to create a result. Another 85% leaders are saying this one is about our business cannot afford to give 11.5 hours. You know the rules, right? 10,000 hours to become an expert on something. So which is equal to 11.7 hours. 7 years actually, not even hours. We don't have the luxury. Another 75% leaders saying this one, industry and business model disruption require new skill including. So when you keep doing the same thing, you're basically doing an iterative development of your skill. But now business require new type of skills. Not just keep expanding the same skills. We need specific new type of skills. So now, if we are just hoping that employee going to learn from the job, we have a formula of hope. And hope is not a great strategy. And that is one of the fundamental reasons we are putting our learning and development strategies in a self-destructive mood. So that's exactly why we're thinking that everything is right. We're doing right, and that is the most wrong, because that's why putting us fail. And that's how the board of executive losing the confidence on the CEOs. The CEO losing the confidence on the C-suites. C-suite losing the confidence on the managers. So now it's becoming a very beautiful hiring and firing cycle. Think about how much is the turnover rate in the companies right now. 50% is kind of normal right now. All right, that's the first check. Learning from the job, checked. Let's go to the next column. The next column is our personal development. How did you learn by themselves? Oh, they can learn by themselves. Let them learn by themselves. They have all the resources right now. And we did a specific research about it, which I'm going to share with you in Vietnam. Nothing outside. Everything I'm saying in Vietnam. Nothing outside in my slide. What did it say? This slide, research say this one. 88% Gen Zs are not learning by themselves. They have less than 3 hours time to learn something. Even 40 plus people are spending 85% of them learning by themselves too, because they don't have time to talk about, right? Do they really don't have the time? And yeah, that's what we find out. The Gen Z they don't have the time. They have social life, they have a lot of things going on, they have TikTok going on, they have Facebook going on, so many platforms going on. They don't have the time. Even that 40 plus, 70% of them saying this one, they don't have the time. And we find the second reason is that I don't have the direction, I don't know what to learn. And I don't have the budgets as well. So they're not learning. So if you are thinking that our employees are going to learn by themselves, it's not going to go anywhere. Let's go to the third column. So that's the second one. Checked. How they learn by themselves. Column number 3. Corporate training. Company provide the training. Bring a big coaches and provide them the training. Let's see how that works. So for this one, we have companies who doesn't have zero training, all over the year. That's another big problem. A big part of them. And then the biggest problem, another issue is coming to the one. Some companies focusing for the senior executive and completely forgetting about the middle managers and the juniors. Or some company only focusing about middle managers and forgetting the senior executives and the entry-level junior executive too. So now it's a huge imbalance. Oh, because we don't have the cost, because we don't have the budget. So where do we spending the money if we are not making our business to grow faster? That's where we should put the money first. All right, now, corporate training, there are 2 types of columns. External trainers, you bring the external trainers, or internal trainers, to make our present managers to the coaches and managers. Let's see how it's happening right now. How these two is happening right now. So for this one, we're bringing those big guys, amazing experiences, we're bringing them in, we're sharing on all those aspects. I think most of you already know. Then, we got this thing. Why these are not effective? They have a really good knowledge, good experience, good models, good frameworks. Why not it's not really effective? So we asked for why it's not effective. 30% of saying this one cannot apply in the work. Just ideas. Just too far from my work. 25% of saying this one is about doesn't fit to my local setting. Vietnam is different. It's not America, it's Vietnam. Vietnamese employees. 20% say no incentive to change. Why do I have coach come, coach stay, coach train us, say some beautiful word, and he left, she left, I left, dude. The last one. Wrong focus. Many of the HR doing this because we have to do an annual team building. So let's do it as a training. So just check the checkbox. 25% of them. Wrong focus. No training, need analysis properly done. So those are why those are not effective. Now, let's move to the next column. Internal trainers. Now we got an idea. Let's not bring from outside. Let's just bring from our internal management, training to a coaching culture for ourselves. So how is it done right now? So now, we go and talk to those internal coaches and we run specific research about them. And this is what we find out. 55% of saying this one, I don't have the skills to do this job. They're just forcing me. HR is forcing me to do this thing. Inequities. 20% say this one, it's not my job. I'm a full-time worker. I have a lot of work to do. And now they're telling me to coach my employees. They're trying to kill me right now. 50% saying this one, no incentive to do that. Why I have to do more work? I just finish my work, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, I go home, take a rest, and do my job. If I don't do my job well, the first thing they will do, they will fire me. 10% have said this one, I just do based on my feeling. No data, no strategies, no insight, I just do it for myself. So most of the time, the coaching and mentoring is just talking. Coaching and mentoring is not talking. Checked. So that's how we go to the three of the columns too. This is how we are scaling our executives. That's the part I want to share with you, the strategy and a framework which you can take on and implement in your own business. You take the game around so you can use your learning and developments as your strategy to grow your business. In our business, we need to create this flywheel effect. A flywheel means, what does it mean? It means you got to build up our business. Company, we need to build this, and we need to make the next breakthrough. That's what a cycle. You need to go over and over and over. So what does a breakthrough mean? It's basically three words, three things. Number one, increasing the revenue. Number two, larger market share. And the new product in the markets. You can launch it on new product, innovate a new existing product, or you can launch to other markets as well too. So now, how do we make this flywheel work, right? We gotta keep rotating forward. So that's what we'll be able to keep winning to the next stage, to the next stage, to the next stage. To do this one, we gotta build this three specific column in our business. Number one, discipline people. That means level 5 leaderships. You had a speaker just spoke about leaderships, right? So that's a level 5 leaderships. Level 1, which is basically a highly contributing member, and then we gotta have a level 2, level 3, level 5 leaderships. Second brick in this column is about productivity and effectiveness. How do we create e-rate positions, and how do we manage the productivity and effectiveness of the workforce? That's the discipline people. Column number 2, we have a discipline process. Discipline process about insight about the people. 99% companies in Vietnam, insight is all about doing a staff survey once in a year. And most of the time, we saw 75% of the employees say this one to us. Oh, we just check in the middle, right? If a 1 to 5 is a scale, we just keep checking the middle one because we're too busy doing so many stuff. And HR is not want to give up on me until I finish this survey. So I just select in the middle and just done. And I know that what I'm putting into that survey is not going to make a difference, and probably they will even cook it. 35% employees say this one, my voice doesn't count because they will cook it and probably never will publish as well too, the real data. That's not insight. We got to understand our people, what they expect from their managers, what they expect from the company, what they expect from their CEOs, what kind of employee experience they expect from the company. We can understand it. And brick number 2 on this column is about synergy of the goal. Our CEO has a goal, beautiful vision, beautiful strategy. But we got to realign to every level of the organization as well too. CEO -1, CEO -2, CEO -3, even the junior executive intro level, they should understand how their work is aligned to business strategy or the company strategies. That's the second thing. And the third column is about discipline culture. Culture of discipline. That means if I am a $10 million company right now, and I want to be a $100 million company, so what cultures I need to have to be the $100 million company? And I need to build that culture first, because the system first, and then the result come later. We gotta cook the rice. We gotta put the food in. We gotta put the pot on, and we gotta boil it for hours or minutes to cook it, right? It's the same. We can build the culture first, and then the result will come. But are we thinking opposite? We're gonna get the result, and then the culture will by itself. No, it's not. And the second break of discipline culture is about HR brand and the technologies. We had a beautiful keynote speakers here who share a lot of exciting things about technologies. Those are the part of it. So when we want to go to the next level of our business, we gotta build this second column. So now there's a one obstacle here. The one obstacle is about the CEOs are not valuing HR. We saw, so what do you think? Who is the right hand, second hand, and third hand of your HR? 5% of them say this one, first hand, second hand, and 20% only say this one as my third hand. We gotta fix this thing. So that becomes my calling. I say this on my passion and my career, right? My calling is about, I like to turn HR department to the one innovative department, and turn every HR leaders to become the first hand of the CEOs by making them the most innovative department in the company. All right, so I get more things. Few minutes. So that's my three: my career, my passion, and my calling. So one last thing before I go, I'm going to give it out to you. So last 4 years I've been writing this. I spent 2,050 hours, 2,500 hours on this one, writing it. Currently in the 6th editorial review right now. And this book has 6 reviews so far, and I'm hoping that I will be able to complete on time. Because I set up a milestone for myself too. So this book is about 100x business workforce. What kind of workforce we need to build on so we can 100x our business? If it's a 1 million, how do we get a $100 million business? I personally don't like reading a lot of a book. We got lots of theory and mental model and topic and encouragement. I love reading a book. Tell me the steps so I can apply. So this book will have all kind of mental models, downloadable tools, actionable steps, scorecards, guidelines, and I'm really believing that next year I will be able to launch this book. So please give me your best wishes. Thank you. And one last thing before I close it out. I'm available in all the social media platforms. You can find me out. I'm also in LinkedIn too. Feel free to connect me as well. I'm here after a few hours, even after lunch too. Come work to me. I'm happy to have a quick conversation with you too, to talk to you, to listen to your present problems you are facing, so I can help you to take your business forward as well too. Thank you. Thank you very much. We have some exciting plan for the next week. So don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss it out.